think it is important that kids who are dyslexic and plan to attend college know who the famous dyslexics are and that they have succeeded because of dyslexia, not in spite of it.
Jeanne Betancourt is an accomplished writer of fiction for children and young adults. She wrote I Am Brain Brian and the very successful Pony Pals series, in addition to dozens of scripts for film and television. Today, Jeanne is joining us to tell us that she was in her 40s before realizing that she has dyslexia.
I already had been an educator for 17 years in high schools. In the end, I was teaching filmmaking and film studies. And after those 17 years, I became a children's book author and a script writer. And I was doing my absolutely first ABC after school special. While that was all happening to me, my daughter, who was by then in high school when I had my first special, and she was struggling with school, countless meetings with the school where they would say she was an underachiever. And at this shoot for my video, I was on set in case there were some emergencies with the script, and also just because it was so darn exciting. And the mother of my star for the show, she worked in education and she was helping kids with learning differences. And I asked her what that was about. And she explained dyslexia to me, and light bulb went off, and I'm going, that's my daughter. I recognized that I too was dyslexic and made some adjustments in my life to accommodate for that, mostly more patience with myself. And that's how I found out.
Jeanne is a recipient of the American Psychological Association's National Psychological Award for Excellence in the Media and several Children's Choice Awards. She also received 6 Emmy Award nominations for her after-school specials written for ABC television. Jeanne shares her process on researching her subjects and developing her characters.
I always write the outline first, a very complete outline, and I think about my characters' lives other than when they're in my stories. I've worked with some really tough subjects. My after-school specials were about parental kidnapping, my sexual abuse of children by a friend of the family, teen pregnancy, drug abuse. I mean, all these subjects, whenever I was asked, when a subject would come up between me and the director, or the producer would suggest something for the ABC after school specials, I did 6 of them. Then I would go out and interview people. When I did a script about a woman in a homeless shelter and her daughter, I went and talked to people in a homeless shelter and went to the homeless shelter, and that's how I did my research, and audio taping, taking notes, just absorbing and being in the space. And I have a really strong visual memory, so that helped me enormously in my writing. I could read pictures, scenes, and figure out how they could work in the story.
She attributes her success in the creative arts to her superpower, dyslexia.
So many artists, architects, photographers, people in any of the visual occupations and social services and psychology are dyslexic. I say psychology because I think there's an empathy and understanding of personhood that comes with being dyslexic, because we have to listen so carefully to get by in the world.
Jeanne now shares a personal story about how the awareness of dyslexia has changed education for those with learning differences.
Yesterday, my family, I wasn't involved, but my daughter and granddaughter and son-in-law went to look at a boarding school that specializes in helping dyslexic kids, called Eagle Hill. And they went for a physical tour of the plant. And I was talking to my daughter about it after it had snowed there. And the campus was absolutely gorgeous. And I said, how did Biulu do? And she was like, great. She was fidgety and she was picking up snow. And when they went into the drumming room, she's a drummer, so she drummed. And she was so excited about the art studio, and she's touching everything because that's what she does. And nobody cared. She said, any other school I was going to for an interview, and I'd have expected, that you'd be very well behaved. And she was well behaved, but she was well behaved within her universe of feeling the world, as it were. And they loved her at that school because they know about learning differences and they respect them. And they have a whole population of kids for the last, I think, 60 years. Why I never knew about it, we'll never quite understand. But that gladdened my heart so much because Nicole and I didn't have that opportunity. She's had that opportunity for an education that's tailored for learning differences from, I think, 5th grade. She started at, or fourth grade, she started at Gaynor. And with my daughter, it wasn't till she got to Sarah Lawrence where she had some assistance. But, for me, God, I was so old.
With such a successful and varied career, what's next for Jeanne Betancourt?
More of the same. I'm a tap dancer. I was dancing 3 days a week, an hour and a half a day at a studio near here. Started tap dancing when I was 6. Helped me a lot with dyslexia, by the way, because of the right-left business and seeing yourself reversed in the mirror. I really recommend you look at my website. Not my art website, but my book website, which is justmyname.com. There are 2 videos on it. I address dyslexia in some of the blogs. I don't keep it current because I'm not writing anymore, and I have an art blog. I'm 79 years old. I've taught for 17 years. I wrote intensely for 30. During 20 of those 30 years, I was also doing art and taking art classes. And I still get letters in fan mail, which is so heartening. But now I can concentrate on my art. And if the studios ever open up again, I can go back to tap dancing.
Reporting in Orlando for A World of Difference, I'm Michelle Wargo.